guys, my name is Kayla, welcome back on my YouTube channel. So in this video, we're finally having a series on how to live alone. It sounds a bit depressing, but it's actually not. As I promised, this video is going to be more structured than the previous one, and in advance, I wanted to apologize by the way I sound because I caught a cold. I kind of sound like a 14-year-old boy with a cracky voice, but hopefully it's not that bad as I haven't heard my voice in the video yet, but I'm just praying it's going to be good enough. So in this video specifically, we're going to talk about pros and cons of living alone in the city without parents, without sister or brothers, or any other acquaintances or people you're in a relationship with. I'm going to show you several parts of how I managed to do all my house chores. I think that one of the most questionable and doubting topic for people are basically pros and cons. I do understand them from some specific point because, you know, when you've been living with your family, let's say for 18 years, you have like brothers, sisters, a dog, cat, mother, dad, and then one day you end up living alone and you have to do all this stuff on your own. So that is basically the first con I'd like to start with. As for me, I cannot say whether it's pressuring on my time. Definitely not, because I'm that kind of person who was lazy when I've been living with my family, but now I managed to clean everything. I don't know how it works, but I just ended up being obsessed with cleaning everything and doing dishes, and I started to cook. That's quite weird because my favorite dish used to be mac and cheese. Now I'm doing scrambled egg, which I hated. Today was the first morning I tried to cook scrambled egg and I succeeded, and that was even tasty. It was quite surprising for me. Regarding the advantages, well, you definitely have more free space and free time. You're finally capable to do everything you want at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever, blast out the music, but please be aware that you have neighbors around because I don't, and I'm using that like on, you know, on the whole level, so I'm quite happy with it. I received more motivation than I used to have in my hometown. I don't know why, but I used to think that in my city, I'm kind of having this, you know, pressure and stuff that I have to do more, the energy and all of that. I was just, you know, I was bursting with energy as I said in the previous video, but here I have met so many interesting people. And even though I'm living alone, they have motivated me to work and study. I don't know how it works, but now when I sit here alone, I know that there is no one who can force me to do my job or force me to study. Only I can do that. And I think only people with quite strong will are capable of doing that. So that's rather an advantage for me than a disadvantage because I received more, you know, self-control, and I became more independent than I used to be. What else? Well, from the cons, definitely safety. As you know, even if your city is extremely, you know, like safe, the percentage of crimes is extremely low. There is always a percentage of crimes, you know, shit happens. You just have to follow up things like what is going on and be very careful with your personal stuff, with your keys. And that's a thing to remember. You always have to keep in mind to watch your backpack, watch all this stuff, lock your apartment. You have to do that because no one's going to do that. And also watch the curtains, as I'm a person who's like I'm going nuts when I'm thinking that someone's watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me and I have no privacy. Yeah, that was a music pause, but never mind. So you know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm the kind of person who takes a type to the camera on your laptop just because I'm afraid. And the same here with the apartment. I mean, I'm not getting like the obsession with the safety, but you really have to be careful, and that's a con, definitely. One more thing to add regarding the cons, because I haven't actually thought about more than 3 or 2 as I mentioned in the video. So another one is it can really go off the track if you have depression or anxiety already. Either go down it can just be worse, or you're going to kind of level off. If you have serious issues, as I said in previous video, I think that people who are going back to their hometown after they lived like for 1 week or 2, or do you remember those videos from TikTok, like I just moved to college and 2 weeks later I'm crying? You see, if you have serious mental issues, I want to like take my words back. If you have serious mental issues, I highly recommend not to test your mental health, as it's going to influence on your character in not a very nice way, and who knows what you're going to feel. Who knows if you're going to have panic attacks and you will have no one to help you here. Depressive, con about depression. Tautology, but anyway. And let's go to the adventures one more time. As I wanted to say, learning yourself. What is that? Learning yourself. That's an interesting stuff to talk about, because actually I have realized so many things about my life and what I can do, that I'm actually not a fucking lazy person. I love to work, I love to produce content, I love to write scripts, I also love to film videos, but that's another story because I haven't uploaded for 2 weeks, but I just have to adapt. Also filming, yeah, going off topic a bit, sorry. I'm also filming a lot of stuff for my film school, and I'm working on my shorts film, so hopefully soon I'll be able to show you that, because we have a lot of stuff like pre-production, etc. So that is what I learned about myself. Like, I'm capable of working and hustling mostly. That was the first episode of learning to live alone. These were like just the main pros and cons for me. I tried to make this video as structured as possible for you guys, because I know that you don't like unstructured videos, and me too, honestly. That is why I'm having a script here. More exciting videos are coming. If you want to, write me a message or just DM me. Comment down below for more, and thank you so much for listening to my dad ad. It just have become a more inside joke, you know. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and see you in the next video.